All right, here we go.
I'll be hanging on.
All right. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to, well, I was going to say Saturdays with Steph, but it's not Saturday yet. Our Friday Night Live. I've got a bunch of friends here with me. Today is my birthday, so I wanted to celebrate it with my friends here and with all of you there at home for just a little bit. So we thought we'd come on and just chat, maybe answer some questions if you guys have any. So if you do, put them in the chat there below and we'll be happy to answer them. But I'd love to go around and have everybody introduce themselves really quick. So take it away.
Hi, I'm Russ with Quilt Meets World, and I'm here to wish Steph a happy birthday.
Thank you.
Is it my turn or Shannon's?
Still alphabetical.
Oh,
Even
fine.
with the
No,
English teacher, he can't spell.
I don't know. I don't expect to spell my name.
I'm Shannon from Sly Arts. Hi, everybody. Also here to celebrate Stephanie tonight. I'm so excited. Happy birthday. Yay.
Thank you.
And I'm Steven from the Idiot Quilter, as you know, and we're here celebrating for, like, how many weeks have you been celebrating your birthday, Steph? And everybody probably recognizes the person sitting to my left is name. Remember
Walter.
it? Yeah, very good. You almost forgot. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we're happy to be here. And
It's Mr. Dreamy.
yeah, it's Mr. Dreamy. And we're going to, get happier.
And then this is my Mr. Dreamy. This is my husband, Keith.
Aww.
And a lot of you have been asking for a really long time if he would ever come on camera. And I might have coerced him a little bit tonight. So, he's here to say hello for a little bit.
Not going into those details.
And Bev gave you a compliment. She said, "Who is that handsome young man sitting beside you?"
Did you hear the word young?
She said, "Young." He's older than me.
I was going to say, Stephanie, you cradle robber, you.
So how are you guys doing? How was your day?
It was
I got
great
up
for
at
me.
Yeah, Walter got up at 7, so he's still he only just woke up a half an hour ago then.
Wow, you got up at 7, Walter?
Yeah.
That's early
early.
for you.
You know that when he says to you, "What's that big yellowy orange thing in the sky?" And I said, "That's
told
all
Sarah
the
that
sun." Yeah.
It was almost not out today.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Walter had to get snow tires on his car, so
Oh, got you. Oh, preparing for the trip.
yep.
Yay.
Not
Very
that we're
excited.
expecting much snow in Georgia, but
Yeah, considering it was
We better
11
not.
degrees today. It
Gosh.
was almost summer.
yeah.
It was practically here too. It was 62 Fahrenheit. And so it felt like spring, really. Yeah. Yeah.
And lots of sunshine.
Yeah. Lots of sunshine. Really
Yep.
odd for this time of year in Ohio, but we'll take it because that means there's not going to be snow to drive down to Georgia.
There you
yeah.
go.
Open. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
25th, it'll just go freeze
Yeah.
like crazy.
Yes.
I
Hopefully
just
not.
checked the weather. It's not.
Good. Good.
Yeah, well,
I
do you
saw-
believe them?
Yeah, but
No.
check the weather where we are.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, you're not too far from us, and I saw that it's not supposed to even be a chance of snow, it looks like, at least when you get into the States until we come back the 1st. So
Oh gosh.
yeah.
Well, that's better. That's better.
That's okay. We can live through that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's not like we haven't driven through snow before.
No.
Right.
I've done
Yeah. Well, you guys being from Canada there, you get is probably probably more than we do.
No,
Although-
it. Actually,
you guys
find out
below the
tomorrow.
lake probably get more.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
have a lake effect. So where we are.
Yeah, Buffalo
Mhm.
usually gets tons more than we do.
Yeah.
They do. Yeah. Yeah. We get just the tail end of usually what Buffalo gets. So if they get 4 feet, we might get a foot. So we don't get anywhere near what they get. So yeah.
Yeah. That's one reason why we're driving to Windsor and crossing over there, because if we crossed over at Niagara Falls, well, if they get a snowstorm, Buffalo will just be driving right into it, and
Yeah.
so it's less likely on at Windsor. So
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
that's our theory, anyways. We'll see.
Well, actually, all the books, everybody that I know that drives to Florida always goes through Windsor. So And they say the same thing. The reason is that you can get bogged down with snow if you go the other way.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. What were you gonna say?
Going through Erie is not fun in the wintertime.
No,
Yeah.
not at all. Everybody's saying hello, Keith.
Hi, guys.
Is
Some
that how
people
they're
are-
saying it too? Hello.
No, they're probably not saying it like I
How
do.
are you?
I can't read what they're saying. So,
No, he doesn't
take
have-
word for it.
He doesn't have his old man readers on, so he can't read it.
Those are wisdom readers.
Wisdom readers. Okay, wisdom
Thank
readers.
you.
So Stephanie,
Yeah.
you never told us what number this birthday is.
Well, I was talking to Keith here the other day, and he said, are you going to be 29 again for the 17th time? And I said, well, I'm starting to forget things, so maybe I need to be 30 this year. So I'm 30.
And holding. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Make me feel bad. I'm the old man in the group. Yeah. But you two could look this good at my age if you start moisturizing now.
All right. That sounds good.
As soon as that baby comes out, you start lathering it up with the moisturizer and the oil of old lady. And,
Oh, people are guessing in the chat. You're pretty
Huh?
close, Marla. Pretty close. But he'll
46,
always be older than
46.
me, so it's okay.
That's all right.
That's all that matters. There we go.
I know. He'll always be older, so it's all right.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure
same
more
here.
mature,
He's
but-
always older than me.
Yep.
I'm
No,
only
you're
6
definitely not
months
more mature.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. You stopped maturing at 12. Yeah.
I'm blaming Toys R Us for that.
What?
I'm blaming Toys R Us for that.
Why?
If I grew up,
I don't want to
to
grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid.
That's
There's a
right.
million one in toys of Toys R Us that I can play with, from bikes to trains to video games.
Yeah.
There you go.
I cut it up and bring it down. or-
Yeah.
Melissa said, hi, Walter.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, we were having a conference.
So,
Oh,
Melissa
okay.
Walter,
said
Walter, let me ask you a question. So there's McDreamy and McSteamy. Does that make you McSeamy since you sew?
that. You mean him,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, McSeamy.
Yeah.
McSeamy?
I like it.
He's not getting it.
Um,
I told you, he's only been awake for an hour. Come back at 2 in the morning.
okay,
Get
perfect.
it?
I'll
Yeah.
ask again. I'll give it time to percolate and ask again in Georgia.
He's got a pizza in the oven, and he was trying to make some decisions about that. Whether
Oh.
he wanted to go upstairs, take it out.
Well, I'm gonna go upstairs and take it out in about 40 seconds.
Oh, geez,
Oh,
countdown.
okay. Ooh, what kind of pizza are we having?
What did you make?
It's
Can't
the
remember.
usual.
Oh, it's the usual. It means,
Female bacon
oh yeah,
and bacon.
it's a Canadian pizza. It's Canuck pizza.
Canadian
Ah, okay.
burgers, basil.
Ingrid said, I love your flower crown. Thank you. My daughter found this and put it on my head.
Nice.
Oh, I thought it might be sort of a Swedish Scandinavian tradition or something.
No,
You're not Swedish.
no, you are though.
That's right.
That's
If
why I
they can't
figured.
tell by how white you are.
Yeah.
We said Swedish, not sweaty.
Sensitivity training for you.
Oh my goodness.
Thankfully, YouTube has none of those laws.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Is anybody asking us anything interesting?
Not yet.
Well,
Y'all
come on,
need to
people.
start asking us questions. We told you we're open to any
That's right.
questions. Put some questions in the chat for any of us, not just me, for anybody here. So,
Ask us anything. And
Yeah.
I'll make it up
Yeah.
if I don't have the right answer.
and thank you to everybody saying happy birthday. That's really sweet. I really appreciate it.
You make it up.
I got
if
a
you
ton
want
of
to.
messages on Facebook and YouTube, and I really so much appreciate it. So, oh, Kelly's Quilting Cruises says, ugh, I like regular old bacon, not that horrible. He feels
Well, Kelly, you realize the border in Canada to Canada has now been closed to you. So take that and stuff it up your poutine.
Okay, we got a couple questions now. Somebody said, who won the pool game? Because I put that we played pool.
Who did win that? Oh,
Him.
they should have asked about bowling instead.
Oh no, you won the bowling too. He won everything.
Oh,
We did bowling, and there's a place that has bowling and pool and laser tag,
Shuffleboard.
Pen pin
shuffleboard.
or candle pin or duck pin?
What?
Huh?
Pen pin, candle pin, or duck pin bowling?
Oh, 10 pin. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. I was like, what? I did win shuffleboard, but he won everything else. He's really good. It's the first time I played laser tag. I've never done that in my life, and I didn't really want to. So he creamed me, of course, because he's a boy. But I got the score for being the most accurate.
oh,
So yay!
there you go.
Right between the eyes.
So
Yeah.
he might have killed me first, but I was more accurate at killing him. So
Well, I'm gonna get you up on the ropes more. So
no, I won't do that. I'm afraid of heights. No. Let's see. Shoot, I missed a couple of questions. How did you meet? Well, she said Kevin, but it's Keith. Everybody calls him Kevin. by
that's my
accident.
second name, actually.
Yeah, I think it should be. All right, so here in Ohio, we have an amusement park that is fairly well known. It's called Cedar
Cedar
Point.
Point.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, even if they don't live here, know what Cedar Point is. And Keith and I met, gosh, 27? Has it been that long?
It's in '97. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Oh, 26.
Yeah.
26, this next summer will be 27 years ago. At Cedar Point, I was working on a roller coaster and he was working on a water ride, and he had to come over to our ride to pick up ice for his ride every day. So we met there somewhere along the way. So yeah, it's
Oh,
a
Oh,
really long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the sparks
hate
flew
myself.
over ice. That's so cute.
Well, you know what they say, the first 50 years are the hardest.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, now it gives new meaning to having a marriage with ups and downs when you meet in an amusement park.
Saw her on the trapeze, simply had to have her.
So whenever Keith is in town, he's gonna have to join the improv troupe. He's got the jokes.
Oh yeah, he's got all the
Oh, yeah, I
jokes.
got the one-liner. So
He's good at yeah. Let's see. I saw a couple other questions.
Oh, Shelley Clark is just asking for trouble. Has
Oh.
anybody packed for Georgia yet?
No.
No.
Not even close.
I mean, I've got things like stuff that people ordered from me is packed. Like Russ ordered some stuff and some other people. I've got that stuff ready to go. And I've got a whole big bucket of giveaway stuff to bring, but my personal stuff. No.
I have a list.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah,
there
I
you
have a
go.
list. That's about it. Let's see. What's your favorite cake for birthday? So, I really love German chocolate cake. That's one of my favorite cakes. And Philippa, she sent one. Well, she's from Australia, but she sent me a German chocolate cake yesterday. And it's humongous. And I wish that all of you were here so I could give you some, because I don't know what we're going to do with this cake. We're thinking of cutting it up into smaller pieces and like freezing them in pieces. So we
yeah.
can just take one piece out of the freezer at a time, because this thing's massive.
But is the queen of being able to send stuff anywhere in the world. She sent me as a
I
surprise
know.
12 Guinness beer. This guy showed up on the doorstep. Walter answered the door. He says, "There's some guy out here with beer." For
I said,
Let him
"You got
in."
the wrong address," and they said, "Is this Stephen Bland?" And I said, "Well, he lives here." I said, and we do drink Guinness.
Don't turn away the beer, man.
Yeah, I
Good
know.
Lord,
Right?
Walter.
well, the way we had the guy knocking on the door last night, I thought somebody had a warrant.
Yeah, we have a doorbell, but they didn't ring the doorbell. They were just like knocking, and they knocked really hard. And we're like, what in the world? So Sarah, our oldest, our daughter, she looks out the upstairs window and she's like, somebody's got a cake.
Let him in. Let him in.
Yeah, let him
So
in. He's got
Keith went and got it, and he's like, they're like, this is for Stephanie. They're giving the cake. Like, didn't say where it was from, who it was from. So I was like, what?
Well, he took off and exploded my arms. I'm like, what?
Good thing he wasn't bringing you a singing telegram.
Right?
Happy birthday to you.
It'd be like the movie Clue, and she'd have to get shot.
Yeah.
I don't think they'd still do that. I don't know. But I suppose you could probably pay to get anything done anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, Steven, do you still have the iron rest from the box handy that you can show really quick?
Yep. Yep. You mean my little torture device?
Yes, and that's why I want you to show it, because one of the comments in the chat is Katie Crafts, and she's saying, after the Jenny box opening today, I won't be able to look at the iron rest without laughing. So I want you to show it in case anybody hasn't seen it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'll
baby.
try not to hit myself in the head again with it. There it is.
Right? That thing is substantial. It's heavy. And it, look at Walter. It could literally, like, you could, I'm not saying you should spank children, but you could spank somebody with that thing.
Didn't I whack one of our kids?
Oh, you did.
Came out of the box?
No.
So it's
Yep.
the quilter's frying pan. If
Yes.
somebody
Yes.
needs to have the head.
Or wooden
It's-
spoon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be taking this one to the retreat with me.
Yes.
Not for quilting. I got other plans, people.
Gotta keep some people in line.
Yeah, you cross me. and I'm
Oh,
gonna-
Russ, you're in trouble.
gonna- Oh, look, at Ross he just lit up when we said that. You know, I sparkled and everything. Oh, please, sir, more.
Let's see.
I have
Donna
been watching
said-
that channel you introduced me to, Steven, so.
Oh,
Oh.
we won't talk about that here. This is PG.
And Keith just said, what goes on at those quilting retreats exactly?
It's a strictly don't ask, don't tell
Goes on in
situation.
quilting
Yeah.
retreats,
Yeah,
stays there.
stays there. That's right.
Okay.
What goes on stays there.
Although we do have
Donna
our
said, how
cameras.
delicious was that chocolate cake? It was pretty good. Yes. And Bev said, good job, Stephanie. Let him win. You win too then. I don't let him win. Are you kidding me? You don't know me at all. I am super competitive. He won because he's bigger and stronger. And he can throw the ball like 16 miles an hour, and I can't.
Yeah, it was a 14-pounder last night.
I know. What are your favorite color combinations to everybody? This is a question for all of you. So,
Ooh.
Shannon, you want to start?
I love earth tones. Anything earthy has to have green in whatever variation it's going to be. But I
Yeah.
love earth tones.
Nice. Stephen, Walter?
Well, mine is actually ours are probably the same. Mine's blue, bright, bold.
Well, he
and
likes
beautiful.
blue. I like blues and purples, but then I also like deep purples, and I also like autumny type colors too, like olive greens and yellows. And he doesn't like those. I like those.
Oh,
Paint
yeah.
those.
Nice.
Depends
But
on-
I'm not fond of browns. Browns and beiges, I'm not fond of.
Yeah, I'm not fond of brown or beige.
Yeah.
No.
Russ?
I'm definitely the brights.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotta have like bright cherry, no browns. I mean, the only time I want brown is autumn in New England.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
and no pale colors.
No pink.
Yeah.
No, not pale like pale shades. It has to be light, bright, and bold.
Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite's blues. You guys know that. And purples and greens. I hate brown. I hate tan. I think it looks lovely in y'all's quilts. Go ahead and use it. I'm not saying you shouldn't use it if you love it. I personally don't want to use it unless I need it for like a tree trunk in a quilt. It's just not my favorite color. It's sort of a sad color to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way with those kind of colors. Although I do like the autumn colors in the right
do.
combination.
Yeah.
Too.
Like that guy that did the quilt the other day you were looking at.
Oh yeah,
That we're all on browns and stuff, and actually it was really good looking.
yeah, it looked good.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you've ever seen, I forget what his name is, but he does fast motion videos of quilting, and he does
Uh-huh.
them in forests and things. He's got a sewing machine in the middle of this forest or in middle of a field and stuff like that.
It's
neat.
really incredible.
Yeah.
You should look that up.
Yeah, it's quilting something. Quilting.
Oh.
Quilting
Oh,
fast
that
lane.
narrows it
Oh,
down.
yeah, it's quilting in the fast lane. Look
Yeah.
that up.
Oh, we'll have to look that up. You
Yeah.
should feature that on your channel so we can all find it.
Yeah, sure. I think I did once, but probably a
Yeah.
long time ago. But yeah,
Oh,
I could
Okay.
revisit it.
that sounds really neat. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's really mesmerizing, and he quilts the whole thing on a small brother machine.
Yeah,
Wow.
he doesn't use a long arm. He uses his domestic, and it's just a small brother.
Well,
Wow.
And he
That's
makes
awesome.
fantastic looking quilts. They're his own design.
Mona said, now I know why you wouldn't go ziplining on Camino Island. Yeah, I'm terrified of heights. Terrified. So I wouldn't do the skywalk. I wouldn't do ziplining. That's him and our daughter. Our Sarah is fearless. She loves ziplining. And so he and her go do all the crazy stuff, like jumping off perfectly good buildings.
I'm
Jumped out of an airplane.
I'm petrified of heights too, but I have done some crazy things.
Have you? Well, you
I
did.
won't do the skywalk on the
Vancouver.
CN Tower. He did
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah.
But I've done a zip line in Puerto Rico, 600 meters or 600 meters off the ground type of thing.
Mind you, there was a lot of screaming from you.
Yeah, and I've done the Sydney Bridge Walk. So
Yeah, we've done that.
but actually, that's not too bad because you've got a lot of you're really tied in and you can't move. And there's a lot of like high railings and that there's not a lot of straight looking down.
We did that on Christmas Day when we were there. And when we got to the top of the bridge, Santa was there, and it was so windy that the guy couldn't keep his wig on his beard. They were all whipping to him.
Yeah, and it was hot. It was 40 degrees Celsius
Yeah.
that day. And they told us when we were getting changed, they put you in jumpsuits. And they said, don't take all your clothes off except for your underwear and just put the jumpsuit
Because you'll die of the heat.
because you'll die of the heat.
Yeah.
And it was really, really hot.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oof. No, you wouldn't. You want to do that?
Was that the coat hanger?
The coat hanger.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
you guys walked over? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's one you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
That was great.
I'll be sitting on the ground going, hi.
You know, worries me though.
I
It
was,
seems like a
I
better
was
life
surprised
insurance.
that I didn't get vertigo on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I would have definitely. I can't do
Actually, the
that.
part that I really was worried about, well, not really going up the edge of the bridge, but there's a crossover and at the very top that's a very skinny walkway. And I thought for sure that I'd freak out doing that, but actually it wasn't bad at all because the railings on the side were okay and they have you bolted right in. You can't move.
You can't move at all. I know. I tried to take the bolts off his, and they wouldn't come off. Kept asking Santa, could you pass me a wrench? Why? Nothing. Never mind.
That's kind of sounds familiar. Since I got a better life insurance policy, I've been encouraged to do more of these crazy activities.
Yeah. Ka-ching, ka-ching.
So somebody put a question in the chat saying, does Keith sew?
I'm below novice level, so
No, he does not sew, but he's an electrical engineer, so he has been able to help me with all the things like the long arm. He set it all up for me. It has, what is the motors called? Servo motors,
stepper
right?
motors.
Stepper motors in it that he works with all the time. So he set up everything because they didn't send anybody here to set it up, and he's retimed my machine, so he's very handy to have around.
Nice.
And fixing computers in this house.
Yes.
Keep that in mind the next time you come up to Markham.
Yeah. Probably in the spring, right? You're going to be up there.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
March or April.
Yeah. So, Juanita said, this is a question to everybody. How did you start quilting, or who inspired you to start? Russ, do you want to start this one?
So I
He got conned into it.
What did you do?
And into it.
A friend of mine where I used to work, she was like, you need to come sewing, or you need to come quilting, you need to come quilting. And I was like, I don't know if I'm that kind of gay. And when I got laid off, she's like, you could come sewing. And I'm like, no money. But I got the job with my current employer. Like, my official last day with my previous employer was on a Friday. I got my job offer on Monday. And she's like, come quilting. And I was like, okay, I'll try it. And that was.
It turns out you're that kind of gay.
I'm apparently that kind of gay now. Yeah. 15 years now.
That's funny. Okay, Walter and Stephen.
Well, our stories start with mine, and then it catches up to Walter. I sucked down a peanut the wrong way.
Have a ham sandwich next time.
Yeah, right.
You're supposed to
My
chew
name is
them,
not
not
Mama
suck them.
Cass. You know, like maybe Mama Cass will fall on you. But what I was going to say is, I was a crafter. I didn't know how to sew. I didn't have a sewing machine. Never had any desire to have one. Long story short, Cricut came out with the Cricut Maker, which is the die cutting machine, right?
Mhm.
And I'd had several of those before, but this one had a rotary cutter on it for cutting fabric. And at that point, I was making journals and all kinds of stuff, and I was experimenting with textiles, but in a art form, not as a sewer or a quilter. And I thought this would be good. So I got one, and they had a little project to make a wall hanging. And at the same time, we spotted a Brothers sewing machine at Costco for 180 bucks with 50 decorative stitches. And I'm thinking in my mind, I'm not going to sew fabric, I'm going to sew paper, right? For the journals that I was making and everything like that.
Uh-huh.
And anyways, I made the wall hanging. I kind of liked it, discovered that this is something called, it's close to quilting. So did some discovery. Well, the Brother machine fell apart.
Well, no, you also you were making napkins on my sister's.
Oh yeah, I was also
Serger.
trying to make napkins on my sister's 30-year-old serger, which it took no manual with it. It took me 2.5 hours to thread the damn thing.
Oh.
So I was making napkins and stuff, like trying that because I didn't like what you could buy. And so anyways, I got this sewing machine. I did that thing. The walking foot fell apart. I called up a local store, the one that now that I always go to, and said, "Hey, I got this machine. I need a walking foot." She says, "Well," she says, "I can probably get you a walking foot, but can you bring in the machine so I can see what one it is and everything like that?" I said, "Yeah." In the meantime, the needle threader fell off. So when I walked into the store, I says, "Hi, my name's Steven." I call, oh, she says, "Yeah, you're looking for a walking foot." And I says, "No, not anymore." She kind of looked at me and I said, "Sell me a sewing machine." Because I was getting into this. She says, "Okay, what do you want to do with it?" "I want to learn to quilt. So I want a quilting machine." She says, "And what's your budget?" And I said, "I'll go as high as 3,000. She goes, "Ka-ching, ka-ching." You know, let me show you. And she was very good. So I bought my first machine there. And then I started watching YouTube videos and I started taking classes and I went from there. And I tried to get him into it. And I said to him, "Walter, why don't you should try?" "Oh, I don't want to do that." But then,
Well, yeah. Well, I have a more of a history with sewing as on an as needed basis type of thing. We were living in our old house, and we were redecorating the kitchen or something, and I wanted to make some simple cafe curtains because my sister made some for me in a previous house that I had. And I thought, well, I could do that. It looks pretty easy, right?
and the neighbors were complaining that we didn't have curtains and we
Yeah.
by the windows and nothing, you know.
Yeah. Anyway, so I borrowed my mom's sewing machine and made these cafe curtains. Of course, by the end of the time that I was making the cafe curtains, I didn't realize that there's a button on it's an older sewing machine. There was a knob at the top that you had to push down for tension. So I had no tension on the foot.
Oh.
Needless to say, the
Right.
curtains really drew.
Well, anyway, but anyway, it still worked out okay. And then we went to a Halloween party and I sewed some costumes. And
Minnie Mouse outfit for me. And I said to him jokingly, "Okay, if you're going to make me this dress, I want cap sleeves and an empire
yeah,
waist."
so I didn't have a pattern. All I did was I took a sweatshirt and I cut out the top of the sweatshirt for the top and then ruffled a skirt underneath it. And it's kind of hokey, but I did, but it still worked for a Halloween costume.
Well,
Who cares,
No,
right?
you use that as your pattern because you didn't make
No.
the dress out of
I
sweatshirt.
didn't no, I didn't make it out of the sweatshirt. I used the sweatshirt as a pattern,
Yeah.
right? So I for sizing and stuff, right? And because I didn't use an actual pattern. So and then I did that, and then I didn't use the sewing machine again for a while. Then we bought this house, and I made balloon curtains for this house. And then
That's 30 years
I
ago. And
didn't-
they're still on the window.
well, only one window.
They have to go.
And then I didn't sew again for a long time until he started sewing. And then I started getting into it again. And then a friend of mine decided to teach a class to sew shirts. And I started taking those classes and sort of got.
But what he didn't tell you was he takes a class and he comes home and says,
Oh.
"I signed up for this class." I said, "Oh, which one did you sign up?" I figured, beginner's table runner, 2 strips of fabric, it's done. No, stained glass. stained glass quilt with group of 7. Pattern. I'm like,
Well, it's
I haven't done one of those. What? And I'm like,
actually
okay,
I had his sewing machine, and I went to the first class, and I didn't even know how to thread the stupid thing, let alone sew what the
Yeah.
stitches were on it, right? And it was said that it was supposed to be a beginner class, right? It was not a beginner class, but I managed to get through it.
it's gorgeous. It was gorgeous. And then he
Yeah.
says, yeah, I don't really like this. Doing this.
Well, he had to help me bind it because I didn't know what I was doing there.
But he's
so.
going to be
Yeah.
making a quilt at the quilt retreat. He's got
Woo,
yeah,
yay.
picked out his colors.
Well, I got that blue one that we got in
The African
Oh,
fabric.
yeah. Yeah. Awesome. That's exciting. Yay. Okay, Shannon.
I was bored during the pandemic. End of story.
Yep. Yep.
And
Most
here
of us
I
took
am.
drugs, but you know.
Most of us took drugs. That was good. That was good. Okay, so I think everybody's heard my story already, so I'm not going to repeat it. But
Have I heard it?
you've heard, oh gosh, hush.
Was that in
All
the-
right. So
that in
another
the
person that
amusement
came up
park?
is
Yeah.
this one's for you.
Uh-oh.
Is Keith a good gift giver?
Ooh.
My opinion or yours? I think so.
He's an okay gift giver.
It may not be on
but
time.
It's never on time. Like one year, my Mother's Day present was 4 months late. But really, the thing is that he supports our whole family. He's amazing, and he lets me sew whenever I want to, really. So he gives me the gift of time, which is awesome. So that, I've got a disease that's progressive. I have rheumatoid arthritis, so eventually someday I'm not going to be able to do this. So right now he gives me the time that I want to do this. So that I can never thank him enough for, and there's no gift better than that. So really,
You need
Yeah.
to teach them how to quilt. So when you
Yeah.
get to the point where you can't, you can now supervise.
yes,
I don't know if I like that.
yeah.
And you will do it, or
He does
thought
get
she has
interested in the
children.
long arm. When I'm down here long arming, he'll peek. So I think he might be sort of interested.
I'm trying to figure out how it works on the inside.
yeah, Walter was the one that got me into getting the long arm.
Yeah.
Right. And he thought, yeah, he would do some on it. How much have you done on it to date?
Nothing.
Had 2 years now.
Okay, so another question for all of us is who is each of your favorite fabric designers? Shannon.
Oh, I love Dan Morris because he's weird. He does weird stuff, and I dig it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Russ.
It's going to be a toss-up between Camille Roskelley and Tula Pink, depending on my mood.
Gotcha. I knew Camille was going to be in there. Stephen and Walter, do you have a favorite?
Do you have a favorite?
Well, I have recently discovered Dan Morris,
Yeah.
which I think I've liked his stuff. And I liked Juicy Juice at one point. And there's one that does Timeless Treasures, and she's like Wang a Chang or Chang
Oh,
Wang.
the one that did all the butterflies? Yeah, Cheng Long, Long Chung, I don't know. Something like that.
She's the one who designed the fabric in my multiverse quilt.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
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 Yeah, I like anything that's like bright and bold and a little different looking.
Yeah.
I used to love Kaif Facet. I
Mhm.
still do, but he hasn't come out with anything really new. I like Juicy Juice and that new one we just discovered that you were all talking about,
Dan Morris.
Yeah,
Dan
his stuff
Morris,
is
yeah.
really interesting. But it's easier for me to say who I don't like.
Yeah.
Tula.
Yeah,
That's all.
yeah, I know. Like
Duck, you have arrows coming at you now, Duck.
I know.
it's hard for me to say a specific designer because I'll go look at fabric and I'll sort of look at it can I make a shirt out of that, right? And it's
Yeah,
not necessarily any specific designer. It's just I happen to be looking at the pattern.
I hate it when people ask me, "Oh, who designed that fabric that you got in your quilt?" And I go, "I haven't a clue. It was pretty."
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think
you
I'm like you, Stephen. I have an easier time saying who I don't like versus who I like because I really like a large variety and I feel like my tastes are always changing too. I'm started getting more to the brighter fabrics now. I don't care. I like them in other people's quilts, but I don't personally care to use like Civil War reproductions. Those aren't really my jam.
Sorry,
Are you
I
making?
apparently
Yeah, I know.
apparently made a
Steve
thumbs
does
up.
that all the time.
Oh, I was like, he's laughing at something. There we
Yeah.
go.
Well, hard. No, do you like this one though? This one is my favorite.
Yes.
That one is cool. It's like a rock star. Yeah.
The colors. Pass me some more LSD.
We don't have Apple. We're not cool.
No.
Yeah, the fingers down. Did too. You're gonna get rained on. There you go.
Oh, how funny.
Yeah, the
Okay.
whole thing with the designers is,
Yeah, I
I'm
know
easily
it's hard to say.
distracted. Sorry, squirrel moment.
That's okay.
I want a squirrel icon that runs across the screen.
I mean, a lot
That
of
would
times
be fun. Yeah.
I buy fabric and it isn't. I don't really realize who the designer is until I start reading the salvage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say there was another question?
That was a good question. I'm looking here. Oh, yes. Judy said, are you going to collaborate a sew along in 2024?
Ooh.
Well, we could tell them the answer to that, but then we'd have to kill them all.
Yep.
There we go.
Dude,
It'd be
You
so
never
sad
know
if you
because
die.
all of us right here are going to be together in Georgia in a few weeks. So you
Mhm.
never know what's going to come out of that.
oh
This
God,
is true.
Stay
never be
tuned.
back in that state again. But you'll just take my
Okay.
passport immediately and rip it up.
My burning question is, where's this pizza? I want to see this pizza.
It's upstairs.
It's upstairs. You can't bring it down. It's too hot.
Oh,
It'll
okay.
burn things.
Oh, don't burn things.
You don't want it to be burned. But it's round. It's got a crust. Stuff on it. It's got
But it's
pea mail.
homemade. That's most special.
I can't have any. She doesn't like pea mail.
Yeah, I got into making this. It's a cast iron pan pizza, and
Nice.
you make your own dough and all this other stuff, and it's really thick, so it's really good.
Don't eat the pan. That hurts.
You get a good iron.
Oh yeah, lots of it.
All right. I don't see any other questions. Do you guys have any questions or anything you want to talk about?
Oh, just
Well,
one thing
I
about
will-
the retreat. I just wanted to make sure. This is not a close optional retreat, right?
Well, is that okay with you?
I knew there was some trouble in the making.
I just want to know in case I need it clean underwear.
Yes,
You know,
please.
there's AI nowadays that can fill in the blanks for you. So.
True.
That's true. That's true.
Shannon, I think I cut you off.
I was gonna say, well, there is a collaboration coming in 2024 with 3 out of the 5 of us, 6 of us, that Stephanie and Russ and I are doing with
Yeah,
the
like me.
whimsy. Well, you don't like FPP.
That's
Ugh.
right.
I don't know. I've never done it.
Oh, I'm bringing something for us to do then in Georgia, Walter. I'm gonna bring something for us to do. I'm gonna
She has
convert
something
you
for him.
and have you
Yes.
have you be inside like a
Guinea
mole
pig?
in Steven's house.
Retreat on January the 14th, though.
Yes.
What you're doing. So yeah. I'm not completely closed off to the idea of sticking fabric on little pieces of paper and sewing it and ripping it all out and getting some god awful thing you gotta. No, never mind. Did I say that
So
out
Beth
loud?
said 6 of you. Are you meaning like all 6 of us going to the retreat? No, he's not invited. Because number one, if he comes, he'll know everything I do at retreats.
Oh,
Yeah,
Number-
there's some things that
Number two, somebody has to stay with our children.
well, you have those, don't you? I'll send you pictures, Keith.
Just put warning labels on them first.
Yeah.
Are the kids watching me or am I watching them?
I'm not sure. Well, Sarah might be watching you, but
How do you know what we're doing up here when you're down there?
I don't know.
it's a rave.
Kids can
I
be
hear
paid
your
off.
oldest one's a squealer.
Kids can be paid off.
Yeah, easily, quite easily.
Hi, Linda. Good to see you. Joanne said, any spots in your retreats open? No spots right now. I am going to be releasing the Pennsylvania retreat really soon. And then when we're done at this year's Georgia retreat, a few weeks after, I'll be putting out the information for next year. So, but nothing right now. Nope.
You got to be quick. You got to be quick to get on
No.
the retreat train.
What I am going to do right now, though, is my husband's got some stuff over here. He's useful for something.
Yeah, you said better than that 10 minutes ago.
I know, you're a good guy.
He's not just
I
the
have
pretty
some
face
things
sitting there.
yeah, I have some things to give away to people. And it's just thank you for being here for all of us, not just me, but for Shannon, Russ, Stephen, and Walter this last year, because I know I recognize all the names on here, and I think all of you have been to all of us. So thank you so much. And one of my love languages, as they call it, is I love to give gifts to people. So I've got a few things to give away. So if you want to grab the first one, if I got this Nightbot thing working correctly, hopefully, I'm going to put exclamation winner, and it's going to randomly pick one of you in the chat right now. And that person will need to email me to claim the prize. But he's got holding it up what you're winning. He's being bad away right now. And I'm going to put my email again. So it looks like the winner is
Oh, cool.
Carissa Renninger. Congratulations. So
Congratulations.
you'll need to contact me via email. I put my email in the chat, and give me your address so I can send this to you.
Yay, congrats.
I've got a few more, but you guys have to send us some questions here so we can keep on talking.
That's right. Keep us talking. There's more prizes. It's not a threat.
Not a threat.
Okay, I have a question for everybody.
Yes.
What is your bucket list project? The one project you want to complete before you kick the bucket.
Mm.
Nice.
Let's see who looks like they are closest to having an answer.
I'd say mine might be a mariner's compass.
Oh,
That's a good one.
And I know
I have that AccuQuilt die if you want to
Yeah.
use it.
Actually, I think I've got it too. I think I bought it. I haven't unwrapped it yet.
Yeah, mine's still wrapped up too.
I've got the wedding ring as well, and I've never double wedding ring. I haven't unwrapped it either.
Well,
Walter,
that's
what
mine.
about you?
I have no idea.
No. Okay.
3 pieces.
I just do things as they I just do things as they come on, but I don't have anything that is something that I really actually okay, maybe if I were to do anything is something, and if it was a quilting project, it would be like an artistic quilt of some
Oh,
sort.
very cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Okay.
Damn. And it'll be damn good, and I hate them for fun.
He hates you in advance. You haven't even thought about what it is yet. He already hates you for it.
I thought he'd pull a Rocky Horror Picture Show and he'd be saying, "I'm making a man. All the you can. Come on up to the lab. Steven's on the slab."
Is he gonna wear gold little shorts?
Yeah, little
Yeah.
maid shorts.
I tried that once. Didn't do a thing for him. I think I got a cold.
Well, mine is the double wedding ring. I wanted to do one of those for a while, so never tackled it.
Oh, collab.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
How about you, Russ?
I don't know. I just There hasn't really been anything that's like, ooh, I need to do that. I have a few kits that I'm like, I really need to do, but I hope I don't kick the bucket immediately after dropping those kits down.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, maybe I don't want to do a mariner's compass.
Well, then once you complete it, then you've just got to go move on to the next one. That strikes your
Well,
very
There
there's
you
that.
go. So have a multi-part bucket list.
Yeah,
There you
Yep.
go.
exactly.
How about you, Shannon? You asked the question. Do you have one?
Yeah.
I do. I have a multi-part bucket list because I want to do a postage stamp. I want to do Dear Jane in FPP. I want to do a double wedding ring. When I was a kid, somewhere in Pennsylvania with my grandmother, I saw a double wedding ring quilt, not knowing what it was, but I was like, one day I will have one of those. And now I can make one. So that is definitely on the list too. But
Nice.
yeah, so those are like big I want to do's.
Nice, nice.
And I'll
I-
just keep adding to the list so I live forever.
I attempted to start a Dear Jane quilt, and I said, no, the hell with that. Oh God, no. That was, hey, I have the book. Have you got the book?
Uh-huh. But
Oh,
I also
can
have
burn it for you.
EQ8 has
That's what I
the FPP patterns too. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's
Okay.
my way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the book from them as well, but I got the one for piecing and
Okay.
little teeny pieces. No,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that chick had a lot of time on her hands.
she sure did.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. God.
So this is a question for Stephen and Russ. What kind of long arm do you have?
I have a handy quilter Forte, and it's computerized because I can't really, do the freehand stuff. I've got the ruler table. I want to do some ruler work at some point, but I gotta find the right project to do some cool ruler work with.
I have an APQS Lucy. That's why you've heard me say my Lucy, because that's the name she came with. And I've got the computerized program for it, Quilt Path. I love computer technology. I love anything that is a toy that's mechanical. That's why I sew. I'm in love with the machines. I'm not so much in the quilting. I just like the machines. I like playing with them. But,
Yeah, that's where embroidery comes in.
yeah, the embroidery machines, yeah, and everything too. So yeah, so it's an APQS. I'm very happy with it. Lucy and I have had words, but for the last little while, we've been working very well. Hey, look, that's the cat's ass.
No face strap.
Well, that's funny because that leads us into the next question because somebody asked, do any of you have pets?
Yeah.
Shannon?
I have many. I have some adult children that came back during the pandemic and never left. So I have 2 adult children who are I consider pets at this point. 2 dogs and 2 of and then 5 cats. 2 of which came during the pandemic and still are here. And that's Base Drop. He's my multi-million-dollar cat who spent some time in the hospital this past summer.
Poor baby.
Go. No, don't turn around and bite me. Keep going.
Right.
Why do
How about
cats
you, Russ?
always show their rear end? Because they can. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a show of trust.
they can't do
get
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a cat when I was growing up as a kid, and my mother would have the ladies from the church over for some meeting. They'd all be sitting in the living room. The cat would saunter in, throw itself down in the middle on the floor, raise its back leg, and enjoy a
down.
grooming session. Sorry,
Yep.
Russ, I cut you off.
I was gonna say I have a bully mix puppy dog. She is 3.5 now. Next week is her got you versary.
Aw.
And I also have a radioactive cat because I don't know how long he's radioactive for. It's like 3 months, I think it is. So I get to call him my radioactive cat.
Nice.
Why is he radioactive?
Because he had hyperthyroidism, and the 2 options for treatment are half a pill twice a day. And I don't know if you've ever tried to give a cat a pill, but
Yeah.
I can't con my neighbor into giving my cat a pill twice a day while I'm at the retreat. The other option is radioactive iodine.
Hmm.
They inject it in the back of in the basically the fatty tissue behind the shoulder blades, and it gets absorbed by the thyroid and attacks the tumor, and it's like 99.9% effective.
Oh, that's good. So when your cat, I guess you know when your cat's going to the litter box because there's a little mushroom cloud comes out.
Well, I have the litter robot, so 10 minutes after he goes, it goes.
Oh.
Oh wow.
We did have a cat, but our baby Cleo passed away, geez, 8 years ago.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, 2015. She was a rescue too, and she was the most beautiful cat. She was long-haired white fur, and was she a princess? She
Oh.
ruled, but I still miss her. I miss her a great deal, actually. I'll probably tear up now when I think about my baby. But
Oh.
yeah, we haven't got another one yet, and I keep thinking we should, but then I think, is it too soon?
Well,
Yeah.
the other thing is that well, no,
Well, we travel.
if we when we had the cat, we didn't like to leave her too long when we went away. So
Yeah.
we did our major trips after she passed away. So
Yeah, we always said we were going to go to Australia once the cat died. Cat died, we went to Australia. Yeah.
Oh.
But she
Yeah.
had servants. Like when we were away on any trip, we had a whole host of people, plus professional pet people coming in and looking after her. And when we came home, she'd look at us and go, "Oh, I was expecting Annie. It's just you.
You're back again?
You're back."
yeah,
Man, I
then
liked my people.
Yes.
Where's my staff?
Yeah, when we came home from China, that was, I think, one of our longest trips. We were gone for about 3.5 weeks.
No, China was 2 weeks.
Seemed like 3.
No.
But time goes by faster in China. We came home, she's all hearts and flowers. When we walked in the door, she's rolling around like they do, and we're petting her and go, "Oh, baby, we missed you so much. Oh, you're so sweet." Walked into the kitchen, dropped the load on the floor. While she's doing that, turned around, looked at us and went, "Meow, meow, 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 meow." It's on the floor. And I said, "It's on the hardwood. It's easier to clean up." And she's just pissed off with us. She'll get over it. And she did. So we cleaned that up. But yeah, she was letting us know she was not a fan of us going away.
Not happy with you. Yeah. Aw. Well, we have one cat. We have a Siamese, and we don't really have it. Sarah has it. Sarah has 2 buddies in separate cages. So because we don't want a bunch of buddies.
Ooh. I saw the look on Shannon's face when you said about your Siamese, because I know what you were thinking. You're going, "We are Siamese, if you please. Sample, you are somebody." If nobody knows that reference from the Lady in the Tramp, well,
Oh yeah.
From the original, like,
the original, yeah, the new version, they took that whole thing out.
Yeah.
I guess it was considered somewhat
racist.
racist, yeah.
Let's see. Somebody said, "What are the most quilts you've made in a year?"
One.
From you. Well, that's a good question.
What do you consider made?
What do you consider quilt?
That's
Started?
I was gonna say, is it quilt tops or completely finished quilts?
I probably have done
50.
20, 25, 50. No, not quite 50.
Oh, I bet you have, Stephen.
I have a list of them. I've done 123 different projects in the last year. I have numbered.
Wow.
And out of those ones, probably, actually, it's scary. Maybe half of them are quilts.
Yeah.
They're completely done. They're completely done. I do not have any whips. They're all done. There's no tops sitting around waiting to be quilted because I can't stand that. So yeah, I
Nice.
gotta give them away.
That's a
I'm
lot.
on the 12th storage bag.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Those are good storage bags, though.
Yeah, they are though, aren't they? You can get a lot of quilts in those.
I said he has more quilts than I do, and Keith said, "Is that possible?" I said, "Yeah." 'Cause you have more storage bags filled than I do.
I thought this basement was like, Area 51 with all the UFOs flying around. I'm learning your jargon.
Well, I do have a lot of,
Look at that.
Okay,
Yeah.
give that man a
He's right. I have
give
a
that man
lot
a
of,
sewing machine.
yep. I do have a lot of UFOs because I don't sew just for me. I sew for other companies, so I have to stop what I'm doing and finish their stuff first. So, like this week, I already sewed 2 quilts, and then I'm on my 3rd one for somebody else I make samples for. So, I do have a lot of tops sitting around because I have to finish those first. Those are priority. So,
Yep.
yeah.
How many of you
And then
guys?
all the like the Fort Worth stuff and all that stuff that you do, you are busy bee.
Yeah, yeah, I make a lot. What about you, Shannon?
Yeah, what have you?
It's not even worth like thinking about. I haven't like how many retreats have I been to now? And I don't think I've finished a one. I have the back. I picked the backings out. Yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking good for this year either. I finished
Something
that
to hope.
behind me. Woohoo!
Okay. And it has a ribbon, and it has a ribbon. So yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Russ?
I think I'm at 18 or 19 this year.
That's
Nice.
That's good. That's awesome. Yeah. Especially because you're still working full time.
I know
So
that's the amazing part is I work full time and I got
Yeah.
that many done.
That was another question somebody had asked, and I can't see it now. I think we passed it, but they had asked, do any of us work outside the house? And if they do, what is our profession? My profession is quilting, if you count that. I mean, I sew for other companies, I write patterns for other companies and for myself and my own business. So that's my job.
I'm a
So-
stripper.
Okay.
Yeah, baby. Bringing all the
I
power
love
to
doing
Georgia.
strip quilt. Yeah,
Woohoo!
I'm retired. But and have been for
Yeah,
11 years. And Walter's retired.
it's 6 years.
For you, 6
Yeah,
years.
I used to be a software developer, so
Nice.
but yeah, no, I'm happy not doing anything.
Yeah, I am too. Yeah,
All right, rub it in.
yeah.
How about you, Russ?
I don't know how I managed to get work and other stuff done at the same time. When I was doing my stained glass, I was doing work and doing stained glass.
Wow.
Yeah, Shannon. So anything you want to know about stained glass, here's the boy to ask.
Well,
I'm so
I've
excited.
done a few projects. I haven't done tons, so
Philippa was telling me that you have amazingly beautiful stuff. So I am really excited. to talk to
I
you
did
about-
a Tiffany reproduction lamp. So
Wow.
In my sewing room, all the windows in my sewing room, there's 3 of them. They all have stained glass in front of them and everything that
Amazing.
he's done with that. And we have stained glass.
and I've done
that
some
he's done.
leaded stuff, and I've done foil stuff. So
You had to stop that though, because you started licking the lead.
yeah,
It was driving, making a little crazy. But
How about you, Russ?
I am a glorified babysitter at times. I am the one who halfway manages our outsource team. Just with moving data around. My official title is business systems analyst, which doesn't sound as
Ooh.
exciting.
I know what they
I-
are.
I get to do little bits of coding. I get to do little bits of support. I get to make Excel cry many times a week. I got our tech team upset because they had to build a server for an Excel file. It's
Oh yeah,
only
you're one
600
of those
megabytes.
people that are like do major Excel spreadsheets and take everybody off.
It's not my fault that they made me tie out all the data from system A to system B, and we have millions of lines of data. It's not my fault.
Shannon, aren't you in something like that too?
Yeah, I piss off both sets of people because I'm the one that says you now have to document all your processes and procedures, and I need it done by next week. And
I never minded documenting.
yeah, I love you.
I used to do a good job on documentation. So.
Yeah. that's my, I get to follow everybody around talking about institutional knowledge. It has to be documented. Yeah.
Okay, so
I hate documentation.
basically the three of you, Shannon, Russ, and Walter, you're all boring.
Yes. Why do you think the improv stuff had to come about? Like, I have to have some kind of outlet.
Somebody said that I should be part of your improv group.
Yes.
Well, if the truth be known, I was an English teacher and I was a drama teacher.
Yeah.
And I did take
Perfect.
some improv. I did join an improv group for a little while, but they
That's
weren't
awesome.
they weren't funny.
Oh, well, that's not
They
awesome.
took it too seriously.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, really.
I know several that take it way too seriously. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
real quick
I
before we
think
answer another question, I'm going to give another prize away.
Ooh, prize.
Coupons.
Ooh, coupons, yeah.
Coupons.
That's what it looks like.
Fabric.
15
It's
cents
a,
off.
it's
It's a big one.
it's a layer cake and a pattern and some other little things. So,
Who's
and it looks like Sally is the winner.
Sally?
Hey, congratulations.
Sally won it. Yay, Sally.
Make sure you email me. I'm putting my email in the chat now. And give me your address so I can send it to you. Okay, let me see. And I got to back up a little bit because there were some other questions up here. Okay, Jenny said, is the Millersburg, Ohio retreat happening in April? If so, when does registration open? That one has been sold out since June.
The day after Millersburg retreat.
No, not quite that quick. Since June, so that one's full. But about 2 weeks, usually about 2 weeks after every retreat, I open it up for the following year. So 2024 is sold out. Although Pennsylvania is late this year because I was waiting for confirmation from the owner of the retreat center because he hadn't gotten back to me about dates. And then Shannon is going to be a guest teacher there. So I got her lined up. So I will be releasing that information here coming up in the next few weeks. So Pennsylvania will be opening probably, I would say, the first week of January, just because we have this other retreat coming up and it's too much to get ready, but it'll be featuring Shannon. So that'll be great.
Yay.
Yay. Let's see. And
So you've officially
Joanne
scared
said-
away about half your people now.
Joanne said, can you talk a little bit about your virtual retreat? I'm gonna let Shannon answer that one.
Oh, virtual retreat. I'm so excited. Yes, I can talk a lot about our virtual retreat. The registration is still open for our virtual retreat. It is $20 to register, and you get a full day of FPP and traditional piecing. So you'll get 2 patterns for that $20 to register, which pretty much like that's like what you would pay outside in the real world. But you also get a whole day spent with a bunch of cool, I mean, come on, the people here are going to be there. So you get to spend time with a bunch of goofballs, having a grand time, learning a little bit of FPP. It's the first time, it's my first pattern that I've ever written. So we'll get to be frustrated together as we learn FPP and I learn how to teach my own pattern. I'm very excited about that. And then the other half of the day is going to be a traditional pattern done and written by Stephanie, and she'll be teaching that. And we'll have the opportunity to have some breakout rooms if we need to dive into any like pieces of whichever part we need to maybe look at a little bit closer with a couple of folks, which I really like about that Zoom platform that has that. It is a Zoom class, and because we are going to be teaching some techniques that we will need to see, if you run into a problem, we're going to have to like be able to look at it to help you out. You will need to have a camera available and be on camera with us. You don't have to be on camera like the entire time. I'm like, if you want to have lunch or whatever, we know how that goes. Eating on camera, dear God. But for questions and for us to be able to check how everybody's doing and everything, having that camera is really, really important. So that is kind of a caveat to it. And registration will stay open at least through the new year, because we have the retreat coming up at the end of the year. So, but it is January 14th. I guess like like pre-party is like 8:30 to 9-ish. Is that what we decided?
Yeah.
8:30 to 9. A hard start at 9 o'clock because there's going to be techniques and stuff that we're going to need to go through. And then we will wrap up at 5:30. Yes.
Yeah.
5.
Yes.
5.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So.
And there's a question if they'll be getting a supply list ahead of time.
Yes.
Yes. Yep. And the patterns will probably go out a week-ish. Oh wait, the pattern's the night before.
Yeah, we're going to send a supply list about a week and a half before.
Yep.
That'll give you guys time to gather all your supplies. If you're a starcher, start your fabric, all those things. And then we'll give you the patterns the night before. And the only reason we're going to wait to do that is because some of you will jump the gun. And you'll come and you'll have sewed something and you'll be like, I think I messed up. We want you to wait.
Yeah.
And so we're giving them to you the night before, so you have time to download them, print them, those kind of things, and then join us in the morning to start. So
yeah. But the supply list is going to look suspiciously a lot of like the supply list for the New York Beauty.
yeah.
So if you're a part of that group, it's going to look eerily similar because the two of us both are very much not we want to make it accessible to everybody. So it's really like rudimentary tools that we're going to suggest you have on hand. And then bring all of the fun, weird stuff that makes you comfortable doing whichever technique we're teaching. But yeah, it's going to be similar to that New York Beauty stuff.
Yep. Okay.
I might be a little bit excited about it.
I think you are.
You think?
That's awesome. Somebody asked, what brand sewing machine do you sew on? So I will start. I sew on a Janome. I have every machine I have except for the featherweight is a Janome.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'm a Janome girl. I love Janomes.
Japanese.
Yeah. Russ?
I sew on a brother. I've got a bigger brother as my primary machine right here. I have another brother for my travel machine. I have. I think it's identical to.
Russell, you said you have a big brother. You said I had a little
A
brother.
little brother. I think like in the previous brother that I had, I think is the same as Sean's machine. So
Cool.
it's an
Okay.
awesome machine. So yeah, it's basically brothers. My embroidery machine's a brother. The one machine that I want to use that is not a brother is my 1924 Singer.
Nice. All
Featherweight?
right.
No, it's heavy.
Oh.
It's a heavyweight.
Heavyweight.
Not a
A
featherweight.
heavyweight. What do you
I
guys-
already know this answer because I know you so well, but Stephen and Walter, what do you sew on?
Oh, well, we're Janome boys,
Yep.
and we have a lot of Janomes. You have a
6900p,
6700.
6700.
It used to be my machine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I should know what
Yeah. A 6700p. I have a M7 and a Skyline S7. We both have 550E embroidery machines. I have a Air Threader Janome 2000 serger. You have the Elna.
Elna one, but it's exactly the same as the Janome, only it has the Elna brand name on it because Janome makes Elnas now. So
You have a cover stitch machine.
I have a cover stitch 900, which is a basic machine.
And I have a featherweight, a Singer one. I think made in the 40s. I'm not sure. It was gifted to me by Colleen out in Charlottetown when we went out there in the summer or in the spring. And of course, I got my long arm. Do we have anything else?
No,
No, I think that covers it. Yeah.
And Shannon.
So I started on a Singer patchwork, and so I still have that, which is like my upstairs machine. That sounds so bougie, like I have an upstairs and downstairs, but I have my upstairs machine, which is next to my work computer, because while I'm on conference calls, I am usually also sewing at the same time. But for the most part, I'm a Juki hoe for sure. I have Juki TL18. I have a Juki DX 2000. I have a little Juki travel machine, which is, I don't remember. an H something or other. And then I have the Juki Serger too. So I'm a Juki girl. It's because the Donna from Donna Jordan, she was the first one I watched, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. So I wanted to be like her. So
So do you have a Juki machine that you have to all the oils in the pan underneath like her?
no, I don't have the industrial one. Like when I kick out all these children, the downstairs basement is going to be like, I'm going to have everything. Oh, and I also have a featherweight. I actually, from one of the ladies that I met and we're now Cheetah Sucker sisters, Patrice, I purchased a featherweight from her that she has because she loves featherweights. So,
Nice.
so I have a brand new featherweight baby too.
Woo, awesome.
They
But it
breed.
sounds like for the most part, we also on like a Japanese made machine, which is interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So there's another question.
Workhorses.
Yeah. She said, Designing Jay said, I know you have all been asked this before, but how do you get so much done?
I don't.
Servants.
I locked the door so the dog and cat can't get in here.
I don't go out. Just, occasionally Walter throws me a crust of bread and I just keep on,
Yeah, I don't do as much as I go out. So
No, because you're asleep. You're asleep. That's why you don't do anything in the daytime. Yeah.
Yeah.
I if a day without sewing is a day without sunshine.
Yeah.
I never get bored with it. That's the thing. There's always something. It plays right into my creativity all the time because I'm a maker at heart. I was like, before I ever got sewing, I was doing scrapbooking and paper crafts, and I taught myself how to actually make hardback journals and stuff like that. So yeah, I've always been a maker. And even when I was a kid, I was making candles, I was doing macrame, I was electrifying things that should never see electricity. So my father told me, who was in the electrical business as well, Dad, why is this box I covered in tinfoil and put Christmas lights through and plugged it in? Why does it feel like it's vibrating? Well, son, let me get the voltmeter. Yeah, that's because there's 110 volts running through your box. Oh, is that dangerous? Could have been. Where were you taking it? To school. History project. We have steel desks. Ooh.
Oh,
I hope I could get an A if the teacher lived.
Sounds like you.
Yeah, it sounds like
I did a lot of weird things like that. Went through a lot of stages in my life, like the old, let's get liquor bottles and fill them with colored water and put lights in behind them and make them look like a display. Let's rip the motors out of your race cars that don't work anymore and make things when people walk into the room because you're using an industrial strength electrical eye from street lamps. My father got a lot of that stuff, and it'll drop down on them and then go back up. I could have been an electrician. I had a thing about electricity.
Funny. All right, let's see what other questions.
Well, somebody asked there, I think they want to know what I do for a living. Nothing. I'm retired. I'm retired. I used to be an English teacher, high school English teacher. Yeah. I love Shakespeare.
he spends plenty of time with the quilting and the frustrating Walter as much as humanly possible, and then the embroidery, and then frustrating Walter as much as humanly possible.
Hey,
Yeah.
It
And
seems
the
like a
3D printer.
full.
works both ways.
yeah, well, like it's like, oh, runs upstairs and says, "See what I mean now? See what I mean now?"
And then he goes, "What happened there?"
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
A-hole. You
Then he points out what you did wrong.
Oh, he does all the time. But after we've been together, come next Thursday is our 40th anniversary. Been together
Oh,
40 years.
congratulations.
Yeah, and
That's
we haven't killed
awesome.
each other yet. The only
Yeah,
reason
that's the
is
keyword.
because both of us stand to gain from the other one's death. It's just a question of
All right, real quick, I'm going to give away the last giveaway that I have, and then I've got a question for all of you. So here we go. Winner.
All
See
right.
who the winner is.
Winner, chicken dinner. Winner.
The winner is Vicky McNeil. Awesome. Congratulations.
Congrats, Vicky.
Put my
Share.
email in again.
Share.
Put my
Oh,
email
there's
again.
Donna saying Cheetah
Email
Suckers
me.
forever. Yeah.
Yes. And who's Cheetah Sucka Supreme? Okay, so my question is for all of you guys, and it was actually somebody in the chat put this. How did we all meet and become crazy friends through YouTube?
First of all, there's an assumption there that we were all friends,
Right.
I guess.
So
I'm
Russ,
just
you want
using
to start
Steve
that?
to get to Walter. That's all.
How did we meet? Well, I've been fangirling over Stephanie for years, watching her channel. I love the channel.
Aw.
And, the first time she commented on one of my videos, I fangirled to pieces. And then we all started somehow chatting. The retreat stuff came up, and
Yeah.
air conditioning saga.
Yes, yes.
Well, isn't it also because all of you guys are kind of creators and you started talking to each other about things with the channel and stuff like that you were doing?
Well,
I-
sort of. Like Shannon was different. Shannon and I didn't know each other until she came to my very first retreat that I had. And she was like this quiet girl in the corner that didn't talk to anybody. Right? Right, Steven? Yeah. Didn't talk to anybody. She just kept her nose down, but she absorbed everything and she sewed and she got her projects done. But totally different person than she is now. Like, I'm sure you were always this person, but at that retreat, you were just like, maybe felt like a fish out of water.
Oh yeah.
Because she was brand new to quilting. You'd only been quilting a couple months, right?
Yeah, I felt like such an imposter. There was so much amazing stuff happening. It was incredible. Yeah.
So that's how her and I met.
Yeah. And then Stephanie was amazing and suggested that I actually put my face on YouTube instead of just my hands. And then Stephanie introduced me to Steven for an interview, which has been an incredible addition to my journey, which is it's been awesome. It's been like a great community build. It's been so much fun.
And I've also had all three of you as presenters on my retreats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how, on that. So that's the common link there. And that's how we just carried on. Usually my presenters, I just get them on there and then I dump them. So aren't you special, all of you?
I saw Russ on Sean's live when Sean
Oh, yeah.
and Russ was just there with like
there's
the
Russ.
deer and headlights.
That was
like
hysterical.
That was hysterical. Yes. But I actually met Steven. He had reached out to me for an interview. I'm not sure who suggested me to you.
I don't know either. I don't know.
Probably Steve just surfing around.
Well, that could be.
Maybe. Yeah. But he asked me for an interview and we just connected right away. And he and I have been friends ever since, and we've met in person.
Yep.
So actually the only person I met, Walter and Steven and Shannon, the only person I haven't met in person is Russ. So, and I get to meet him here in a few weeks. So I'm really excited about that.
Yep.
We all get to meet in
Yes.
Yeah, I could just see it. Oh, Shannon. Oh, what a luck. So much better on screen. Really.
Never meet your heroes.
Wait,
that's what Steven and Walter did after they met me. They went back to their hotel room and they're like, oh, geez.
And when you're in person, you can tell if they got
she's
pants on or
fun.
not.
Oh
my gosh. So
Keith knows about our meeting in Halifax. I thought you said he was out of town. You didn't know.
yeah.
It's okay, Keith. Stephanie is safe with us.
Yes, they took good care of me. They did.
Well, I haven't cried.
Enjoy the other white meat.
What's that?
Said we enjoy the other white meat.
Uh-oh. I better not bring you.
No, at our age, our get up and go just gets up and left. So I remember my day, Sonny.
Karen Brunette said Russ looks scared.
Maybe he should
Oh.
be. You never.
Yep, yep. You don't know what you're walking into, Russ.
Oh, it's gonna be so much fun.
It's going to be a blast though, and I cannot wait to get together with all of you and all the retreaters. It's just going to be so much fun. So
We're just gonna have a scream. That's for darn
Yeah.
sure.
that's for sure. All right,
And
well,
if
I don't
you-
see any more questions, and I know you guys have pizza sitting there waiting to eat, and it sounds super yummy. So I think we're going to wrap up now, give you guys back your night. I know there's other people, other creators out there coming on soon, so I don't want to step on anybody's toes. And I want to thank you all for being here tonight for this little chat, and thank you to my
Wait,
friends.
we all have to sing happy birthday to Stephanie before we go.
And then we get the spanker.
That's his job later.
Oh, send
Hey,
it.
we have 4 children, okay? They didn't come from nowhere.
Sounds good. Yeah.
I'm blushing. Oh my goodness.
Fiddly dee.
He taught me that was the stork.
Anyway, thank you all so much for the birthday wishes. And if we don't see you all before Christmas, have a very Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. I think the 5 of us here are probably going to get together and do some sort of live from Georgia. We're not going to do a drunk live on New Year's Eve, I promise.
No.
But we'll do some sort of live and say hello since we're going to be all together for the first time. That's going to be a great fun thing. So thanks for being here, and thank you all of my friends, Shannon, Stephen and Walter, and Russ. I really appreciate you being here. It's been fun. So
Happy birthday, Stephanie. We love
Happy
you so
birthday.
much.
Thanks for having me.
Birthday.
Birthday.
bye everybody at home.
Bye, everybody.